Welcome to my channel. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button. The priest, Rhea Ripley and Damian may be rather helpful to a 38-year-old celebrity on his dethroned Brun search. Breaker as the champion of Intercontinental Europe. The star under question is J. USO principal event. J will bring the number 1 competition for contenders for the Intercontinental Championship. On following, the Raw week will pursue his first solo championship in Stamford based on promotion. Should he progress in the contest, the likelihood of winning gets actual opening the doors for him to demolish Breaker and get the distinguished title. The twin terrorists may help Jay on his title search by guiding him to overthrow the current champion. Their driving force in helping Jay might be anchored in the Eradicator past relations. In case of the former Bloodline member, you neglected it. There was a romantic side story teased between Rhea Ripley and Jay many times. Weeks ago, it began when USO landed at the Red Brand and was always under approach by the Judgment Day faction wants to accompany them, but he turned down the offer on many occasions. This finally prepared a contest between Utso and Dominic. Mania Jay ended up defeating Dom. Following the victory, he gestured to me on a call to Ripley, let her know she ought to strike him from USO, said in the same manner in backstage interview which the former Women's World Champion should interact. She implying that Dom D isn't the suitable for her. Also right Ryle. During the meeting, Ripley mentioned USO SummerSlam 2024 launch event in passing, noting that he was all good. The main reason Rhea Ripley, priest, helping JUSO on his search for the title rests on the need of friends to fight the Day of Judgment faction by aiding USO. The Terror Twins may guarantee their allegiance in the last battle against their former faction. Right now, this is just basic conjectures, and only time will reveal how. Regarding the narrative, learn Sami Zayn might join Juso too. Assistants Rhea Ripley and Damon Priest, the Archer of Infame, and the Eradicator acquired, betrayed by their Day of Judgment. Steady partners at the SummerSlam 2024. Excellent live event ever since then. They have been vying against the faction, but their numbers overwhelm. In this case, may want some backup. Sami Zayn might potentially follow his former Bloodline stablemate to support the Dread. Both USO and Zayn twins are on edge of lately working together as a team. Jay was seen gassing his former friend before his game versus Brun Birchker. They have also subtly hinted about all the World Tag Team Championships which are now in Finn's ownership. Baylor and J.D. McDonough. Cody Rhodes exposed. Rhea Ripley carried out fan promise. Previous champion responds. Unquestionably, WWE Champion Cody Rhodes announced on social media today that Rhea Ripley promised a little lad something. The American Nightmare will fan the American Dream, manifesting on the Graham Waller effect. Latter evening on WWE Stuck Down, Cody Rhodes and Rhea Ripley both showed up at Fest Nice for fervent last weekend, but a young wrestling fan couldn't offer a bracelet she created to RHS and inquired of Ripley if she could give him the promised 27-year-old. She handed the jewelry to the Cody Rhodes verify and SmackDown star confirmed he got it on his Instagram today. Narrative. Rhea Ripley responded to the news. Include a holding back tears emoji, and you may see her response on Instagram. Clicking here, Cody Rhodes will be arguing for the undisputed WWE title versus Kevin Owens during Bash on August in Berlin. Prizefighter 31st has used helping roadways throughout his last few months. Competitiveness against the lineage on the blue brand used in past. Not sure what WWE writer means. Think the business has developed sufficiently. Wrestling legend rivals for Cody Rhodes. Vince Russo recently attacked WWE on for not acquiring sufficient stars to challenge Cody Rhodes on his title. Talking on a recent sports episode, The Ride with Russo by GA Wrestling shows, Russo observed that the campaign lacked the have stars ready for the paths following his defeated Roman Reigns in the main event of WrestleMania XL to rise to champion. Rhodes has beat AJ Styles' Logan Paul and alone lately to hold on to. Given his title, what then does Cody do? Completes the narrative they are aware he is following. To wrap up the narrative according to that strategy was in sight for a very long period. Well, this is where we have progressed with it, Russo carried on. He ends the narrative he has no knowledge of. Opponent they created lacked any opponent for him. He had to wrestle AJ. He had to ask Logan Paul. He has no opponent. From 345, they construct none for the person. Thus, Rhea Ripley will also be in action during Berlin's WWE Bash. At the conclusion of the month, she will be working with Damian Priest, sent to fight the Judgment Day's Dominic Mysterio and Liv Morgan at the first premium live event for next weekend. Monday Night Raw had a different feel than this. Heavily charged with suspense, expectation, unpredictability over weeks, the WWE Universe had found great fascination in the expanding hostility among the current WWE champion and the disobedient couple of Rhea, once Ripley, and Damian Priest. In line with the Judgment Day had discovered on the periphery of the event, their allegiance challenged. Though their futures are unknown on this, their goals would turn darkness into concise, and a fresh chapter in WWE history would be penned. The 39-year-old actor in inquiries were not unusual for limelight. He had polished his way through the ranks, but always demonstrating time. Once again, age was just a number known for his relentless effort and uncompromising resolve he possessed, garnered respect in the locker room and the adoration of the admirers. But one thing he possessed, yet to get a WWE championship, and tonight, along with the improbable assistance of Ripley and Priest, that dream came within sight for the champions. Rules the current WWE champion followed, reigned over Raw with an iron hand, departing a path of shattered corpses and fractured dreams. Dreams in his wake, he was a force of nature, a monster seeming to be unbeatable. In the arena, his reign had been distinguished by dominance, and many felt he would possess the championship for years to come. But as every king's reign, the ancient proverb goes, must finally come to an end. Speculation had been spinning for weeks about division within the Rhea Judgment Day. Once the Ripley and Damian Priests arrived, the faction's foundation had developed. Ever far from the group's leader, there had whispers from backstage, conflicts involving secret conferences in between the Ripley Priest and the 39-year-old competitor, but no official confirmation. The WWE Universe left to guess. The turning point, the evening of the championship game, finally come, and there was clear tension in the arena. The champion arrived to the arena with his typical swagger, sure he would once again leave with the championship around his waist. His challenger, at 39 years old, Star, was greeted with a thundering ovation as he headed into the ring. This was his moment, his final attack at WWE Championship. The two rivals fixed on one another down the air, separating them, roaring with power. Once the game got underway, rapidly realized that the champion had misjudged his opponent. The 39-year-old actor battled with a level of intensity not seen in years. He equaled the champion blow, determined, adamant not to back down. The audience leaned forward on their chairs, seeing that something unique was, yet the winner was seasoned professional, and he was not about to